Hello Bookish friends, welcome to another From Pages to Screen video. In today's video, with the spirit of joy reading June, I've decided to talk about an adaptation of a book from my favorite author, Agatha Christie. Because as well as reading an Agatha Christie book, I love watching the numerous adaptations of Agatha Christie works. That of course brings me joy. Today's book is Towards Zero. Towards Zero is a work of detective fiction by Agatha Christie, of course, first published in the US by Dodd, Mead and Company in June 1944, and in the UK by the Collins Crime Club in July of the same year. In this book, Lady Tressilian invites Sir Ward for his annual visit to Gulls Point. He insists on bringing both his former wife and his present wife, though Lady Tressilian finds this very awkward. Her old friend Trevis dies, and then Lady Tressilian is also murdered, and Superintendent Battle and his nephew are called in. The book is the last book to feature Superintendent Battle. The reviews of the book were overwhelmingly positive, including phrases like superb, very well plotted, and unusual. I read this book last year and I very much enjoyed this book, like most of the books written by Agatha Christie in 1940s. Like the reviewers said, I thought the plot was very clever, and I also very much enjoyed the writing style. It was very easy to follow. I liked the plot twist. I think it was woven into the story very well with subtle hints all throughout the book. So overall, I gave the book 8 out of 10. This book was adapted into 3 English language adaptations and also 2 adaptations in French. I could not find the French adaptations in any of my streaming services, but I will mention them very briefly. In 2007, French filmmakers adapted this novel with the title L'Héros Zero. From the reviews that I've read, I think this adaptation was the most faithful adaptation of the book. And in 2019, the novel was again adapted as an episode of French television series Les Petites Meurtres de Agatha Christie. The first adaptation of the book was produced in 1995. With the title Innocent Lies. It is a thriller film directed by Patrick DeWolf, and it stars Stephen Dorff, Gabrielle Anwar, Adrien Dunbar and Joanne Lumley. It is a very loose adaptation of the 1944 novel. The story was adapted by Carrie Crabb and Patrick DeWolf. Keira Knightley, in her film debut, plays the younger version of Celia Grace, the character portrayed by Anwar. This film adaptation lost its support from Agatha Christie's estate when Rosalind Hinks, Christie's daughter and the controller of her estate, reviewed the script, which included very disturbing plot points. She ordered that the name of the film to be changed, as well as the names of the characters. The film became Innocent Lies and met with mediocre success. In 2007, the novel was adapted as a part of the 3rd season of the Agatha Christie's Marple television series produced by ITV, in which Geraldine McEwan plays Miss Marple. This episode was broadcast in 3rd of August 2008, and it stars Julian Sands, Zoe Tupper, Paul Nichols, Greg Wise, Saffron Burrows, Julie Graham, Tom Baker and Ellen Atkins. The novel originally did not include Miss Marple, and Superintendent Battle is replaced by Superintendent Mallard, played by Ellen Davies. And the most recent adaptation is this year's adaptation. In 2024, the BBC commissioned Mammoth Screen and Agatha Christie Limited to reimagine Towards Zero as a limited series. The series is co-produced by BritBox International. The story is adapted by Rachel Bennett and Kevin Elliott, and it is directed by Sam Yates. The series features an ensemble cast including Angelica Houston, Oliver Jackson Cohen, Ella Lily Hyland, Mimi Keane, Jackie Clune, Grace Doherty, Jack Farding, Clark Peters, Anjana Vansan, and Matthew Rice. It was broadcast on BBC One in 3 parts from 2nd of March 2025. This series received lukewarm reviews, saying that it was gently entertaining to the very end. On the review site Rotten Tomatoes, the series has a 71% rating based on reviews from 24 critics. In From Pages to Screen, I compare the adaptations of the work according to 4 criteria: faithfulness to the book, casting choices, acting quality, and my IMDB rating. I try to be as objective as I can in the first 2 criteria, whereas of course I'm more subjective in the latter 2. As for faithfulness to the book, the 1995 version actually does not resemble the story at all, aside from the very basic plot points. The characters are different, the motive is different, everything is different, so it's definitely a minus. In 2008 version, with the exception of changing Superintendent Battle with Miss Marple, the plot of the episode is very similar to the original book, so it's actually a plus. As for the latest 2025 version, I will give it a check. The first half of the series is very similar to the original work. The basic of the mystery is not changed at all. However, in the second half, some quite important details do change, like the order of the murders, also the relationship between 2 most significant characters. But the series also gives the complex mystery plot real well, so that's why it's a check. For casting, 1995 version, I will give it a check. Although characters are different from the books, the ones that I could recognize from the book are quite faithful in terms of their appearances and their ages. For both 2008 and 2025 version, I will give casting a plus, because the actors in both of the TV series fitted their role quite well. For acting, for 1995 version, I will give it a minus. I really did not like the overacting of especially Stephen Dorff. I also thought Joanna Lumley acted too eccentric. The actor who played the detective was also overly dramatic. 2008 version, the characters who are involved in the mystery, I think, was chosen extremely well. I especially loved Greg Weiss, Julie Graham, and late Julian Sands. They acted really well. Also, the other actors, I think, did their job quite well. For 2025 version, I will give it a check. I like the acting of Angelica Houston, Oliver Jackson Cohen, and Ella Lily Hyland very much. However, I thought Matthew Rhys and Jack Farding, who are actually the actors that I liked in other projects, acted too over the top, maybe because their characters were written that way. Like I said before, I do not like over-the-top acting, especially in Agatha Christie adaptations, with the exception of Hercule Poirot, of course. Overall, I took the average and gave it a check. For my IMDb rating, I gave Innocent Lies 3 out of 10, which is a rating that I give very occasionally. If not for this project, I would have certainly DNF'd the movie. I hated the changes that they made in the plot. There's a plot point which I despise in movies and also in books. Like I said before, I did not like the acting. So this movie was a really bad experience for me. 2008 adaptation, I gave it an 8 out of 10. Like the book, I very much enjoyed the mystery. I also felt that the characters came into life just like in the book. Lastly, 2025 adaptation gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Like I said, there were some additions in the plot for this one, but these additions and changes did not bother me that much, and I think it added a level of complexity to the mystery. And the production quality was really good in this latest adaptation. However, like I said before, I felt some scenes were overly dramatic and the atmosphere was a bit darker than it should be. That's why it got a 7 out of 10 from me. So this was my comparison of the adaptations of Towards Zero by Agatha Christie. I do not recommend the 1995 adaptation, but the other ones I think are quite decent adaptations. So please comment down below, have you read the book or watched any of the adaptations? And if you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. For Turkish word of the day, I'm going to choose nephew. Nephew means yeğen in Turkish, and yeğen is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.